In the previous video, we saw how we can use textures to create more realistic effects on our materials. We saw how we can work with reflections using glossiness and roughness textures. We saw how we can use the bump to simulate a 3D effect. So we started to experiment with more advanced material than the other uh, effects that we saw in other videos, which were more basic, using basic reflection, basic refraction, so basic transparency, and basic channels, parameters, and values. So by applying textures, we're gonna give that extra look, extra realistic look, and we use the PBR texture for these, or physically based render textures and materials that we can find everywhere. We can find it in many websites. We saw how we can get them from the website called Polyhaven. And so in this video, we're going to continue to explain other effects related to materials. And first of all, we're going to see the displacement effect. Now, the displacement effect, it's something similar to the bump effect or the normal effect. So it's a channel, it's an effect that is going to simulate. Well, actually, in this case, it's going to actually extrude geometry. It's not going to fake a 3D, superficial 3D effect, but it's going to actually extrude parts of my object. And so it's going to be more realistic and also more accurate than the bump. So when you have small objects or far objects which you don't see pretty good, you can use the bump. And when you have something close up, you should use the displacement. It's going to have a more realistic look. You can see the difference between a bump and a displacement if you look on the edges of an object rather than the middle of the object. So you can see many examples of what's the difference between a bump and a displacement. Now the bump, it's always good because it's going to add some extra details to a simple diffuse textures in a material, but displacement is going to go that extra step. It's going to go beyond that. Now if you search for displacement texture, you can continue to, as we did also in the previous video, to search for texture, and you can use texture that you find on the web, or you can create your own. Also, we're gonna see opacity channel, and you can look for opacity texture or cutout texture or alpha channel. Now this particular channel or effect is going to take off parts of the image, so it's gonna create a transparent background. And so let's move on. And also, this is polyhaven.com, the website where we got the textures that we used in the previous video. So you can continue to choose these different materials here, click there, and download the texture that you want. So again, we can find diffuse, normal, which is kind of purple, displacement, and bump usually are black and white, and then you have roughness, glossiness, and so on. And remember also to choose the correct resolution and download. Now we're also gonna see mapping. We already discovered mapping in the previous video with a simple tool called map scaler to scale the material onto the surface. So when you apply textures, usually you're gonna have some size issue. To address that issue, to solve that issue, you can use mapping tools. And usually you use the UVs, and you have many levels of difficulty. Now the most difficult thing to do when you have really complex objects like characters or something more complex in general is the unwrap map. For all other cases, you probably want to use the tiling, which is a really simple type of mapping, which is based on repetition of a texture. So you're gonna take, you can use tiles if you want as a texture, but usually you use patterns that can be repeated many times to cover large areas, large surfaces with just a single texture. So if you search for texture tiling, that's gonna be a little bit different from the tiles. And you can also type seamless. Now let's get rid of the tiling term so that we can see also other type of materials, not only tiles. And you can see texture seamless. Well, seams tend to appear where you have the repetition. So when you repeat a texture over and over, if that texture isn't a good quality texture, you're gonna see seams. You're gonna see cuts between a tile and the other tile. So tiling means you're gonna repeat and place one texture next to the other. Seamless means that you're not gonna have seams. You're not gonna have cuts between a tile and the other. So you can use texture that can be repeated many times, or texture that can only be placed once, and that's the case for Unwrap. So the Unwrap mapping, which is more complex mapping, the most complex that you can do, well, you cannot use this for repetition. So there are some textures that can be repeated and some others that cannot be repeated. Now, another example of non-tileable textures, so when you don't have patterns, are images. So you can use any image to create a material in 3ds Max and also in Corona for 3ds Max. Now in this website here, Raw Pixels, you will find a lot of paintings. Now also a painting, it's supposed to be placed just once. You cannot place it many times. You cannot use this as a pattern. You cannot use this as a tile that will be repeated many times. You can use this just one time. And this is perfect if you want to create, again, a painting hang on a wall, or you want to create a panel or a TV screen. So you will always look for not tileable texture, but texture that can be placed just once. Now also in Polyhaven you will find 3D models, and we already used some of these 3D models at the beginning of the course. And these 3D models, they have unwrapped textures. So when you select, for example, this bust here, and you go and check the various textures, you can see that there are still the same textures. So the diffuse, the roughness, the normal, the bump, and so on. But this time they have a particular, well, they are specific for this model. They have been unwrapped over this model. So they are defining how this model looks in all its parts. Now, if you're interested in sculpting and also painting and creating more advanced models, one important software is ZBrush. If you want to create just materials or painting materials, you can use Armor Paint, which is open source, and you will find a video course in our channel showing you how to use this excellent open source software that can help you to create more advanced materials and also unwrap textures that can be more specific and more accurate than the tileable textures. So unwrap will give you the opportunity to create more realistic textures, because you're going to work specifically in each part of the object of the 3D model. And also another option is Substance Painter, which is going to do the same thing of Armor Paint. So painting layers, you can see there are worn out materials, and you can paint defects on the objects so that they look more realistic. Now I'm going to open up Scene here, and I'm going to use this for applying other materials and using the displacement effect. So right here I have already brick walls, and these walls at the moment, they don't have displacement. So I'm going to use the displacement to show you how you can create a more realistic wall. And right now, this is actually a scene developed in the 3ds Max video course. So it's using right now a physical material with a displacement applied to that physical material. So this works in Arnold Render, which is the native renderer in 3ds Max. So if I cut here the bump map from the physical material, I'm going to paste it in the displacement, I'm going to see the effect right away.